Leach talked Saturday about you guys being more consistent and being able to get more out of kind of every drive. I think there was 4 or 5 maybe straight drives where during the middle of the game you guys didn't get anything. What can you guys do to be more consistent and kind of string together some more scoring drives?
In order to be more consistent, just got to stack individual plays together. Focus on each play. It's a byproduct. Becoming more successful throughout a game is a byproduct of individual plays and focusing on that one play, and not getting too excited after a good play, not getting too down after a bad play. We just need to be more focused on each play and attack everyone with focus.
Their defense, I think, ranks second in the country in interceptions. So what makes that group back there so lethal, and why do you think they've come up with so many takeaways?
They're well coached. They got a good DC, got some good position coaches over there, and they got some good athletes every year. They have a really good recruiting class, so they got some good talent. A lot of guys that run around pretty well out there.
Anthony, there was a throw in the second half to Aesop near the sideline over the cornerback's head before the safety got there. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I threw one to him earlier that was a little bit more open, and they'd kind of been giving us the same looks throughout the second half, trying to play a little cover 2-ish technique over there with Aesop. So we had the similar concept backside, and I just thought I'd give it another try and see if it was open. And Aesop ran a great route, and I was lucky to get it over the corner's arm by a little bit.
And wet conditions, do they give you pause trying something like that?
Sorry, say that again.
Do wet conditions play into your thinking process on whether you're going to try something like that?
No, not really. The conditions we're used to them, we're accustomed to them. We play in them quite a bit throughout spring ball and stuff especially. So try not to focus on the weather. I'm fortunate to be able to have a decent feel for the ball when it gets wet. We practice it on Tuesdays as well. So it doesn't play too big of a factor. We were just looking to execute each play.
Anthony, did you travel with the team back in 2017 when you guys went to Oregon? Or was this going to be your first time?
Yeah, I did travel. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a pretty cool atmosphere, so I'm excited to compete.
What do you remember from that, and what are you using that experience in any way to try and prepare yourself for this one?
I remember it's pretty loud. I remember the fans. You got some pretty passionate fans. Pretty big fan base over there. So pretty hostile environment. They'll be yelling some stuff, I'm sure. So just I try and block all that out. Just focus on getting better this week.
How do you handle the noise as far as communicating with your receivers and Max and anyone else out there, the offensive line?
Just got to overemphasize communication. It's key. Rather overemphasize and make sure everybody's on the same page and trying to be subtle with it and trying to hide it. So just making sure everybody's on the same page before we go forth with our play is a big thing.
Do you try to practice being louder on the field this week during practice? And then I know on Thursday you guys going to imitate the crowd noise and whatnot.
Yeah, being louder is a big thing, but hand signals especially, overemphasizing the hand signals, really making sure, because as loud as I'm screaming, I'm sure Aesop or Tay or whoever's our outside receiver at the time is going to have a tough time hearing, so hand signals is a big part.
Are you looking forward at all to the HBO special and watching that tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm excited. It was pretty cool to have them around. They a whole bunch of hours of footage, so I'm curious to see how much they fit in 56 minutes. It should be fun, though.
Is that pretty impressive to you that they can film all that and turn around in 3 days and put something out?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They're explaining it to us how they, after every few hours, they're, sending footage back, already getting it edited and stuff. So it's pretty cutting-edge technology, and, I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out.
Are guys planning to get together to watch it, or is it going to be...
We haven't really discussed it. I live with Hank and Max, so I'm sure us three and Bailey will watch it. So yeah.
Who has the HBO account?
I have one, and I think Hank does too. So.
Okay.
Do you think you guys have played some of your more complete games against Oregon the past, I guess, 4 years now that you guys beat them?
Last year, from what I remember, we played a great first half. Kind of came out a little flat in the second half, but then finished really well throughout the second half. So wouldn't say it was an entire complete game, but from my past, playing against Oregon, we've been pretty hyped up for it and pretty confident, confident in our abilities and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Do you look forward to seeing Coach Master? I think he had some of a role recruiting you down at CCSF.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Coach Mastro at all since he left. So, but yeah, thankful for him and helping me out with an opportunity to further my academic and athletic career. So, if I see him, I'll say what's up for sure.
Coach Leach also said that Autzen Stadium looks like Middle Earth from the Lord of the Rings. Do you agree with that, or have you thought about that?
Yeah, I guess I agree with that. Whatever Coach says, I guess I gotta agree with.
What do you think about the 49ers so far?
Oh, gotta love it. Haven't seen them this good in quite some time, so that's pretty fun. So got a good one next week against the Panthers, so go Niners.
As a quarterback, are you a believer in Jimmy G?
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy G is doing his thing, and that running game's pretty fierce, and the defense doing a heck of a job, so